took the high-speed rail and ended up on train once again. Today we have a smoke that will help your B players get aggressive or keep some T's at bay. Smoke, get yourself up against this wall. Aim at the middle point from the roof and the top of the lamppost. With the smoke, you will have a nice B-hole smoke for your B players to use and abuse.
Falado. Ele chuta.
That's right, future pros. I hope you were paying attention because that means the next map is Train. That's where we're going to be going. But before we do that, I want to invite you to get involved at home. At the end of this series, at the conclusion, I'm going to be asking you once again for your votes in the poll there at the Mountain Dew Amped Game Fuel Power Play. And when we get there, you'll know it. I promise. In the meantime, we need to talk about Train. We need to do it very robust. We need to do it very compact. And I need some buzzwords out of you as to why there's a fighting chance the Energy can bring the series back.
A clear win condition for NRG in this matchup is going to be Cirque. He had a rough first game. We just talked about it. Only 9 kills with the AWP in that one. Not really being that assertive. Not really giving Kenny S a fight for his money. He needs to do that this time around. He did it when they played Train the first time around. G2 had a monster CT side. Cirque needs to open up that T side for the NRG boys. He needs to have an assertive game. He needs to make space for Ethan and Breeze. Otherwise, there's no chance they're winning.
An assertive game? Is that what we're saying?
Not even going to mention that.
We went
it's
for
all right.
it.
It's all right. You tried it. Listen, I think Jacob said it well. The CT side for G2 is going to be the key. And if Cirque is not able to shake that defense, then G2 is going in for a 2-0.
Simple as it is, right, Trace? A 2-0 is most likely what's going to happen here, right?
Yes, that's most likely what will happen. I'm going to go ahead and kick us into the game right now because that is what the war drums mean. Make some noise, Azatani. It's time for our second map of the series. And it's going to be Jason and Anders to give us Train.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much to the desk. And map number 2 coming up. It will be G2 and NRG fighting for a spot here in the grand finals. I mean, I didn't even know what to say. I mean, that was a very, very close first map. Looked like G2 were about to run away with it, but NRG, resilient, fought their way back. They almost made that work.
Yeah, they really did. That was phenomenal comeback. Even to still be in that after the opening half, but this is going to be very fast-paced. They want to be aggressive towards this inner bomb site. Lucky's going to be falling back. He's dropped immediately. Shox is here, though. They didn't check it initially, but he needed to land that shot immediately. It's not going to happen. Jack's now at range, but NRG have complete control of the bomb site. There's no flanks coming in, and as long as they don't peek, as long as they don't fall long range to these USPs, which they're in danger of doing, they might just be okay, but now the retakes come in, and this has been a strength of G2 as long as they've been making this resurgent form into the professional circuit. There's Jax with one more. Kenny S pushing up, but it's all Jax. And Cirque left in a 1 versus 2. Up on top of the high ground, Jax has that as well. 4 kills in the round on the retake. And that's a 3 versus 5 recovery after losing the inner bomb site.
Yeah, just needed Jax to shoot 4 people in the face, and it was all done.
To kill everyone.
Yeah, just kill everybody. That was pretty impressive. I think it's so enjoyable. I think this is one of the big rewards of, you know, we're still in the, you know, we're still celebrating obviously the 20th anniversary. One of the great rewards I think of watching Counter-Strike over a long period of time is that you get to see, like, not just obviously the evolution of individual players, but whole regions, right? So like the French region for so long in Global Offensive was just dominated by ex-Source players, and they were like the best in the world. Shox and obviously
Kenny, NBK.
Yeah, and RPK, you know, obviously RPK were the best in the world of all time, and Source. So you had all these players, right? And you just didn't see almost any new talent, right? I mean, even Kenny, right, in Source. You had all these people that were coming back, and it really felt like it wasn't going to happen. It felt like it was going to be too late somehow, and now it's happening. Now they're starting to get there. People we haven't really seen before, and it's great. It's really a huge reward, I think, for sticking with the game, and you get to see these players come up and play. Jax definitely, I think, has been impressing me a lot.
It's necessary for the future of the region of French Counter-Strike to have this happen, and France, the French region was one of the regions most resistant to going to the younger talent and the newer talent and being able to train them up. It's part of the reason why we saw 2018 really not have a whole lot of impact from the French on the scene, on the way that things played out. 1-0 for G2, pissed around in their favor.
Well, the crowd is behind them. They do love it. SG's picked up there on the NRG side. Two of them. Oh, that is a flashbang and a half to take down Lucky. And the wall of smokes behind them. They...
Save call.
Yeah, they're out. They just don't want anything to do with it.
Peace.
Yeah, just drop in the microphone.
I mean, that's fair play. That kill comes in so quick, and as good as the retake was on the pistol round, as good as the retakes have been on this map, or just any map altogether in the recent memory, like this is just too tall of a task. Once you see that there's Kriegs out, there's a Galil, it's just like why mess with it? Why give up our own rifles? Let's just try and fight another day where we have a better chance of holding onto the bomb site.
You're a train kind of guy, Moses.
I love train.
All right. I'm always suspicious of people who don't like train.
Yeah, it does tell a lot about their character. It's like people who don't like pulp and orange juice.
Yeah, that's weird too.
It's really weird.
I've never figured that one out. So they save all the rifles. There's nothing. Maybe there is something worse, but it's high on the list of bad things that can happen to you if you make the save call and then lose half the rifles anyway. Then you really feel stupid.
Yeah, or you just stick around too long. We see that pretty frequently. That's getting better and better, though. But certainly once you get that save call in, just literally
I also think Shox and Jax had no armor. Like, they have it now. They bought it, but they had no armor when they were saving. So maybe that's also like that's a big reason you don't want to try and retake.
Yeah. Well, try number 2 for G2. This time, overwhelming aggression towards the inner bomb site for the defense. 3 players here. This is a nice setup. Kenny S turned for a flash. Lucky with contact. Jax would peek on that. Unfortunately for them, this setup is going to go to waste because no one from NRG is going to mess with it. So how long do they actually keep this 3-man stack and only Shox and Omenek to defend outside? At least they're centralized together. And Lucky with just a UMP. He's going to start getting curious and aggressive.
Yeah, there is a timer on this, so they either need to fall back or push up. But they can't wait here until there's like 40 seconds left because then they're definitely going to be too far away. They even boosted up behind now. Oh, this could get very interesting. Timing is absolutely everything right now. They've got their grenades primed, NRG. They're ready to go for the execute. Now they made the noise, and they're not going to know they're going to be flanked. If they can hold G2 here for just 5 seconds once the push is in, that's going to be all they need.
That was the ball. This is going to go down, and that's going to make things so much easier for Kenny. And G2, a follow-up kill as well. Oh, what a decision to boost. That's getting rewarded for being proactive and aggressive from the CT side. Kenny S with a triple kill. And the round was over before it really even began.
Everything about this timing was just so beautiful. It's always going to be a bit of a disaster when you're getting flanked. But let's say you could choose, and you either that flank happens and the fighting begins before you've actually thrown your own grenades or after. And when it happens right on top, when everyone like mentally is focused on pushing forward, then like this is just going to be so hard to pull the brakes on it. You're like, well, we have our smokes down. They've already been on the ground for 5 seconds. We need to do something, and now we're getting shot at the back. Kenny, a beautiful round there, even getting that last kill when he was low on health, and that's going to steal it right back.
That's so sick.
Yeah, he assassinated that first guy.
Well, I think what's so cool about it is I feel like, I obviously could be wrong on this, but I feel like Kenny S of like last year and within the past 3 years wouldn't be getting boosted up like that.
No, I agree. Now they're going to be flashing their way through, but they were turned for it. Nice shot. Jax coming in. They had the same triple setup, and he's going to be doing wonderful work with the AUG. 2 versus 4, I'd say, don't really need to stick around and do this, and he does get him down to 4 health. You know, I don't know. There is a flank coming from Breeze. But the exact position where that second player went down, or where the bomb was dropped.
Right.
There's a really funny moment that happened in Sweden where somebody had dropped like a decoy grenade, and you know, it exploded at the end. And right as the decoy exploded, he peeked up with like the AWP. He stood up to take that shot towards the CT side, like he was on the T side. And I think it was an accident. It was Akorf, but I think it was just accidental. But it looked so planned. Nice shot from Breeze. Actually, this could still make it a bit dangerous. Though Kenny sneaking into the corner, very hard for Breeze. I don't know how he would have read that.
No, it's really difficult. We've seen that a number of times at this event. 2 players in the same position, and it's just hard to assume that that's what's going to happen. So Tarek waiting for a follow-up mistake.
Oh.
And there it is. I don't know what Kenny's doing with his knife out, but he falls prey to the same trick, although Omenek to secure the round. Never really in danger despite it coming into a one-on-one, and it's a 2-round lead for the French side.
Yeah, very close in that one. Probably a bit uncomfortable. That's going to cost them a lot of money. There was no bomb plant for the NRG side, so might just have to relax anyway. They were 2-on-4 at this point, and it ends at a 1-on-1, so I'm going to say that's a little bit unacceptable.
Yeah, probably, but at the same time, it was one of those weird rounds where everyone had gone to the beat bomb, said it was a little bit broken and hard to read, and on top of that, this round is just with pistols. So yeah, good economic damage from NRG, and obviously G2 would like it to be cleaner, but they should be able to sustain with a good lead in this.
Ooh.
Although NRG's at least going to get a plant, it seems, although the Molotov comes in, there's the bomb going down, and Shox is going to start warming up his AWP.
Yeah, Daps actually ran for the fire on that ramp. Tarek gonna pick up 1 kill, even gets the AUG, but the bomb is planted where he actually couldn't stop the defuse. Still, a little bit of damage and a bomb plant. Not really too bad, I would say.
No, not bad at all from NRG. However, G2 on the CT side, we've seen them be very, very good. We obviously saw a phenomenal train out of them yesterday against FaZe, but throughout this event, throughout DreamHack Dallas, where we were at watching them,
Yeah.
G2 had a pretty impressive CT side train. It's the T side where they got stuck a little bit, but yesterday against FaZe, they didn't get stuck at all on that T side. So NRG, they can't have another start like Dust 2. They can't start this game out 8-1 down, especially on a map like Dust 2 you can manage. T side train gets very, very suffocating.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you would hope that means they've, had the same realization and said, hold on, guys, we're going to be playing train again. That T-side has to change. Jax had the right idea. Now, there is still a little bit of aggression coming in for Lucky on the other side, and actually, that is going to have to be a huge push from him now for this to work out for them.
This is fine, though. Actually, G2 can still recover. Kenny S kind of in the middle of the map with that AWP. You know what he can do. As long as Lucky can make sure that no one can attempt this B bomb side, as long as Kenny doesn't have to worry about rotating inside, G2's, even with 2 men down, is in an okay position.
Look at how paranoid they are as well, NRG. They thought about this a lot, that he would be there. Now that no one's shown up, will they be tricked by the timing? His flank here could do everything, assuming that the rest of that A defense is going to be working out. Look at how close he are. He's right behind them. Oh my god. Are they looking for a Tarek? Waiting. That is so heads up. They actually were looking for that the whole way through. They spent like 30 seconds just waiting for Lucky to be there. Good shot for Kenny, but still, it shouldn't matter. That's kind of impressive for NRG.
Well, they've dealt with so much aggression, especially towards that inner bomb site, right?
Yeah.
It seemed like Tarek was kind of caught onto that, because I was thinking at the start of this round, I really like the fact that G2 is putting the aggression on with these flanks, with these pushes from Kenny, from that 3-man setup towards the inside. Really get in NRG's face and don't let them run anything they want, because they're kind of bending a little bit because of this in-game leader situation, because of the roster change. Apply some pressure and try and kind of grow those frustrations within their camp, but just by being such a nuisance on your own defensive side of things. It's great awareness from Tarek to just be watching that. I think that flank works if NRG is more aggressive towards outside and Kenny's able to get 1 or 2 kills. That flank came in before the action really was initiated.
Yeah, that's a good point. It may have been a question of who's doing what in a specific order there.
Yeah, and again, it's hard to read when you're in a 3-on-5. You don't always have the luxury of waiting and being patient. And you certainly don't feel like you ever have the luxury.
No, and if you're the flanker in that position... Ooh.
You think you're the player to save the round.
Yeah, but you're also thinking, like, if I wait 3 seconds too long and one of the guys on A died, then, then I might have been too late. Shark's looking a little bit stressed. Maybe it's the economy that does it.
Yes.
Maybe his accountant called and said, listen, there's not going to be any funds this time around.
Yeah, we got nothing for you. Charity that you're investing in is about to take a hit.
Lucky goes down. They are all stacked back here. Could work for a kill.
Ooh, that timing on that peak. Breeze still managed to get 1, but he's given away a Krieg to Shox. And Shirk's going to come back to try and eliminate them. And this would be a good way for him to get warmed up in the game. He spots one over by the bin. There's the follow-up. Can't get that flick with the double scope. But Ethan's here to keep plenty of space between them. And Almanek has spotted that. And they're just running away. They know where both players are. But yeah, that's why Shock's maybe looking a little bit forlorn, is just not the money to have that double op setup. We know they like that. Sitting around out is always frustrating. And if you're NRG, this is everything's fine in the early stages of this half. It's going to be 4-3. You've successfully taken the op away from Kenny S, which is a big goal, because that was he doesn't really need it, does he? But that is something that you're going to want to have as much as possible on this T side nuke. Kenny was a monster on Dust 2.
Yeah, absolutely was. Now, third map if it comes to it, and I think it definitely could. That'd be Overpass.
Ooh.
Which is not that bad for G2, I guess. One of their better maps, probably. I'd love to see Kenny opening on that one as well. Just love to see Kenny opening in general right now. 4-3. I do agree with what you're saying, though. Don't think NRG are worried at all. They're in a good position.
These saved weapons help so much. Jax and Almanac were the ones really hurt. They have the AK and the Krieg. They didn't have the money to buy rifles. The fact that they're able to save 2 of those and get those away from NRG, that's very punishing. Cirque is going to grab the angle very quick. Lucky obviously realizes it. Smoke's going to be put down.
Yeah, but that, even just that aggressive peak, forcing the smokes out early, that's a problem for G2. They have a smoke and 2 Molotovs left, and it's still 1 minute and 20 seconds. Next level camera work. Ooh. Jax, I don't know. A lot of grenades raining down. Not really doing much. Yeah, don't want to throw a follow-up Molotov. That doesn't work.
Don't want to stack the flames.
I know they say fight fire with fire, but really, it's not true.
Well, Shock's guarding the upper part of this inner bomb site with the AWP, and Lucky's going to get re-aggressive, but Ethan's looking for this. If he pushes all the way, that's trouble. Shock's guarding for the wide peak. Lucky hoping for a timing, but he can turn around. He can spin to lower. Actually, he's going to stick up top. It's Shox who's going to rotate over with the AWP, and they're already down. There goes Kenny. Shox just starts, I think, considering to rotate outside. Lucky is up here, and he can only do the one. He was still in a position to stop this round, but what a hit from NRG. Breeze gets a kill just at the time that distracts Shox enough.
That was really all they needed, wasn't it? Just that quick look away. He's caught jumping between the trains. Has no idea what's happening. Oh my God. That is another beautiful shot from Breeze.
Listen, Breeze is someone to keep your eye on in terms of his career. I think we all know, and he's been an exciting player to watch, but back in NA and like the pro pugs and everything, he has such a reputation for just destroying everyone.
One of those people.
Yeah.
One
of those people.
You want to say, can you do it on LAN?
He can.
And he can.
We've seen it.
That's the test.
Yep. All tied up, 4-4. Still an AWP saved for this defensive side.
I would say this is an alarmingly good start for NRG. If you're on the G2 side right now, yeah, you should be a little bit worried. 3 bomb plants in a row. Money looking really good on the T side. Not so much on the CT side. And here's another thing, though. They've already tried to be very aggressive over at B. So I would assume that NRG are going to be actually quite sort of a little bit paranoid at the beginning of some of these rounds. And maybe not just at B. Like, they might be thinking the same thing at Ivy, saying, listen, guys, just be aware. They're going to be playing pretty aggressively.
Right.
So I'm not saying you shouldn't do that early on in a half, but if you do it early on, that means it's hard to swap back into if the main defense isn't working. You're like, oh, well, what do we do now? Well, we already did that part, so they probably know. Kenny, though.
I love this. I love this. He's got the tag. That's cleanup for the pistols. He's got another tag, but he cannot complete any of those kills, and that would have allowed him to at least adjust to a new angle. Unlucky for Kenny S. Unlucky for G2. Although, Almanac at Old Hell, and that's a good kill. This could get tricky now as he gets into the smoke. Dap spotted the feet. Clever idea, doesn't pan out, but Almanac's gonna get, oh, he misses. I thought that was gonna be a free one. 4 kills for Daps. Leading his way into the bomb site. 5-4 lead for Energy, and I think already G2's in trouble. I don't their T side. I don't know if it can handle this kind of an opening half. Their defense, when I've seen them, win this map, has had to have a very, very good CT side.
Yeah, I agree completely. And especially because, if it ends 10-5 and they win the pistol second half, maybe we'd be like, all right, maybe they've done enough now. But who knows where this is going to go. G2 finally enough to rebuy that double orb, still missing a lot of grenades. And with this kind of aggressive move from Circle, and again, he sort of has to throw that smoke at the ramp a little bit earlier than he really wants to. And that's a problem. Actually, Lucky is saving it. So wasn't really forced to it yet. But even that comes with a risk. 4 on A. 1 on that B side. And no more Molotovs. They are really not having a good time on the grenades. And that was the last B smoke. They're happy to wait right now, NRG. They don't really mind just buying the time here. That's an incredible grenade.
It's a very forward and aggressive defense outside for G2. Amanek with an AWP watching towards Ivy from the middle train.
Oh, they baited him into it. He's jumping. Oh, Kenny. He got absolutely red. They threw that smoke right in the C connector thinking he was going to reposition, and they caught him.
Well played. Kenny getting destroyed, and Breeze still being a menace and still keeping attention towards Ivy. But everyone else from NRG is going to hit the center bomb site. With Kenny gone, it's just Lucky. He's got Nog, he's got an off angle. A little bit of damage on towards Daps, but now that they know where he is, yeah, too hard to manage your attention. Shocks with the flank. He's going to get put down by Cirque. So much success on the entry, and Breeze is already here to cut off the save. Nothing. This is ruthless from NRG. Nothing is going to be brought into the next round unless Amanek can get this kill, and he misses that one. The aim punch is too much to handle. 6-4, and NRG are going to start racking up the scoreline.
That was a great setup. I mean, you can't know that that's going to happen every time, but when it does...
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it really does.
A piece of art. Second timeout being taken for G2.
And they need it. I'm not even sure what the adjustment needs to be right now, and I just look so comfortable on this map. Yeah, amazing.
Cirque's gonna love that.
And that left Lucky alone on the floor of the B bomb site, and actually it was Ethan that got the kill who came up from the high ground. And normally, Ethan would have had to been really worried about that C connector because there would have been, Kenny shooting at him. But they already took care of that, so.
That kill that Ethan got just there is the first kill he's had in this half that wasn't an opening kill. Before that, he only had 3 frags, and all 3 of them were opening kills. So, well done from him, providing the space necessary for NRG. And now, Daps using the range. They know it's up against just pistols, and Tarek's got a pretty advanced position. He spots one going up the ladder, easy frag for him, and now he's going to continue his tear, pushing forward, responds towards Ivy, but there's one in bomb train as well. That's given the location of a lot of the defensive players, so NRG should be able to handle this, and now the kills all start coming out very quickly, and NRG already on 7.
And that was a quick round. They were, just feeling confident right now. Not afraid to make that run. 4-7. Orb being picked back up on Kenny S, but man, it might not be too late to turn this around. But again, we would have to see a T side of this map out of G2 that we just haven't really seen before. So.
Saw a flash of it yesterday, but I mean, it obviously, depending on who you talk to, that was a FaZe team that talked about that's the worst they've played since Neo joined the roster, and looking very distraught with the quality of their loss. So whichever angle you want to look at that, Jax is going to get aggressive. He's going to get 2 kills with it. Just something from nothing. And Amanek even fighting in the flames. That's going to help him go down. Jax gets 1 more. What a beast. What a tank just pushing forward. And Tarek is the only one, and he's stuck at E-Box. And he's surrounded about 4 different ways. A 5th round for the G2 defense, and they needed it.
Nice triple to open that up with. Now we're back with 3 orbs, Moses. What's going on here?
This is the second time we've seen them bust out a triple op setup.
Yeah.
You're not on board. You just gave me like the side eyes and like, what the hell are they thinking?
Yeah,
You don't like triple ops?
I do for the comedy. I'm all about that, but well, we've all seen the double orb retakes when you have to try and defuse one guy holding with an orb. If he misses the shot, then can't do anything. Nobody likes that.
Well, again, it might be another thing where G2, much like I thought on Dust 2, especially on this map, where you have those long, narrow angles with the pace that G2 is taking, those ops can be deadly. You know, slow pace in towards T mid, slow pace getting control of ladder room. I like this stuff though. This was obviously effective. This isn't going to be this effective every single time, but I would like to see the fact that the inner player has seen Cirque just jump down and take that angle very, very quickly for like 3 rounds. Go back to that triple setup inside. Don't let Cirque be comfortable with that kind of a peak. Go put him in his place, so to speak. Oh, they're doing it.
Yeah, they are pushing up. Actually, it's the Orgs that are doing much of this work. Kenny there as well to help out. And yeah, now it's time to back on out. You got the 2-for-1 trade. Breeze, though, he is all the way out on the yard here, and that's going to be a kill on Shox. I don't think Shox realized that he could have been there.
No, and that's the problem, too, with the triple op setup. Shox with an AWP rotating back, and it's just not a fun fight to have when you don't know what's coming whatsoever, when you have to clear things out. They're going to go for this retake. Plenty of utility, 3 kits as well, but it's a great setup for the NRG side. Daps behind middle train, Breeze and Olaf. Cirque and T-Choke Point, T-Con.
They have so many smokes there on G2, so they could try and set some up, maybe to force the fight, but they need to hurry a lot right now. Daps going to get the kill on Amanek. They have 2 Molotovs left. Actually, one of them going to go down on Breeze there. Kenny missing a shot now, running away from the fire, going to try and put out his own Molotov and tapping the bomb. I think there's no time at all. And now it's just a question of how many people go up to the bomb. It's going to be everybody that was left there. Wow.
It's a massacre. Everyone in the server goes down. An 8th round for NRG. Breeze opens that up perfectly. I mean, the defensive setup from G2, the aggression towards inner, works exactly the way they wanted it, and Breeze just has the checkmate response. Whether he was going to do that no matter what, he's in such a prime position to recover from that scenario. Alley defender was blocked off by smoke. Shox rotating back, had no idea, and there was nothing he could have done. I mean, it was actually pretty brilliant that he's even able to manage to land the shot, even if it doesn't kill.
Ooh. Kenny missed flick. Did they not see Amanek? Maybe they didn't. Now Jax. He's been great with his aggression so far, but they are not even going to make it through the smoke. Gone before they made their way out. Amanek is 2 and 10.
Yeah, it's not a great game from him so far, but on the other hand, G2 is...
They're getting crumbled right now.
I was going to say, they're getting beaten up pretty hard. No one from NRG has been touched in this round. They still have full sets of utility, and they have a 5-on-3. 5-on-4. Or 4-on-3. Jesus. Let's forget that happened. Take it away. Back to you in the studio.
I feel like I could have saved you a bunch of times, but I was interested in where it was going to go. Oh, Shox. Yeah, well, double peaked. No one coming out of Hot Dog, so actually maybe if he could have got that double spray down, it could have really changed the round. Kenny, no chance at all. And Lucky, the grenade. And it'll tickle Daps a little bit. And he replies with a headshot. 9-5.
Yeah.
This is a serious level of destruction that that NRG are bringing. They just want these trains blown up.
You mentioned they obviously are extremely comfortable on this map, and G2 haven't been able to find a way to consistently stop them. And the problem now, I mean, again, you gave me the glance when they bought those triple ops, and then losing that round, that just wrecks your economy as well. That's just one more difficulty you have to overcome that you're not geared for.
Shox.
Heading into this match, G2's CT round win.